Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 592. And today we're talking about creating confidence, having an unleashed level of confidence where we can begin to live the life that we want. Now, this is being broadcasted live on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Joseph Clough, on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Joseph's fan page. And if you want to catch this live, all you got to do, especially I would probably go to YouTube and subscribe, put a little thumbs up if you like, and click that bell. But if you are wanting access, we go ahead live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. For those who are listening to this on the podcast in the future, this is more of a Monday motivational kind of episode. On Wednesday, we have Hypnosis Wednesday, live hypnosis, which will be about confidence. We're following on the theme of this episode, so the next episode you receive will be on Unleash Confidence. And then on Fridays, we do more of a chill out experience to wind down, to restore, to release, to let go, whilst upgrading our mind. But like I said, in this episode, we are talking about getting unleashed confidence. Now, here's the thing, right? Let's get straight into this. Confidence is a state of mind, right? It's a state of mind, as in an emotional state. Now, emotional states come and go. We can't always be in confidence. It might be there beneath the surface, but if we go and think, well, confidence is a state of mind, what is it governed by? Well, it's governed by our belief systems. Depending on what you believe to be true about yourself and the world will dictate the emotion that is created. But on top of that, the beliefs and the confidence, or the lack of it, is like a collection of past emotional experiences, the significant events that we went through. And those events dictate how we see the world to this day. The associations we have about ourselves, about others, about the things that we do. Our goals, our past, those associations like collections from our past experience. But they're also cemented by our present experience, which will soon become our collection of our experience. So, if we break it down, the confidence of is a state of mind, but it is a belief system. It is about our past. It is about being cemented by our present ongoing habit of confidence or a lack of it. So that is what confidence is. And we know why it's important to be confident, right? You and I know that because you probably want to feel more self-certain in your own ability. You may want that money. I don't know if it's $2,000 a month. I don't know if it's $200,000 per month. Maybe it's that promotion. Maybe it's that relationship. But if you want to get confidence, you have to understand the nature of the mind. You've got to understand the nature of your beingness, the things we weren't actually taught at school, which we should have been taught. It's a life lesson. We should be taught about social media these days. We should be taught about how we participate in the world. But we absolutely should have been taught about our mind. But unfortunately, because of the events that we went through, it has been molded to how you perceive the world around you right now and how you perceive yourself. So those prolonged emotions of lack of confidence, which could be anxiety, worries, fears, doubts, it could be uncertainty, has molded you to this present moment. But if we were once molded by the past, surely we can be remolded in the present. And especially as we go off into the future, to be able to adjust ourselves, to adapt ourselves, to become more resilient. You see, if you're going to change your life, you must assume responsibility for it. We can't rely on society to change us. We can't rely on our partner to make us more confident. We can't rely on our work colleagues or our bosses to prop us up all the time. Because number one, we won't believe it when it's been said. We got to come from a place where we understand who we are as a person. Now, although we have been molded by the past, remember, you are the decider of what happens here right now, and that's the assumption of responsibility. We may have gone through very, very horrible experiences, and that is life. It is a sad part of life, and I don't like it. But it doesn't mean we should be just the product of our experience. That shouldn't be our truth. That should not be our reality. You see, we have different perceptions about how we see ourselves. I can see you and go, you are awesome. You're brilliant. You're full of potential. But if you don't believe in it, if you don't really grasp it and you don't understand that that is the nature of you, then you will just delete it from your experience. And also you will look for other people who will say the negative things to have that confirmation. That is the internal confirmation bias of our own personality, of our own identity. You will look for the things which will actually make up your truth. You will look for the reasons as to why you are like you are, but here's the thing I want you to really understand. You are the creator of that. You see, when I was young, I was so shy I could not speak to my parents, like in a very confident way. I wouldn't even speak to my grandparents. I wouldn't speak to, maybe my close friends were like the one or two people. But other than that, I was just so shy. Now, today is another story. I can get on stage in front of, I have like 1,000 people, and I'm fine with it. There's sometimes a little bit of anticipation, but I almost thrive off that opportunity. So what's the difference between someone who is unconfident and someone who was unconfident, like myself, who is now pretty self-certain in his own ability? Well, it's the ability to take action, understand that we must change, but also that we are the change maker and that we are the builders of our confidence. I built this confidence. I built this level of self-certainty, and it took time, it took hard work, it took a ton of money to explore the nature of my mind and the nature of my conditioning. But I realized I was not my belief system. I was not my behavior. I was not my symptom. I wasn't my anxiety. I wasn't my fear. I wasn't my hurt. I wasn't my self-doubt. It was a story, an experience that I was running because I thought it was true. But it was just simply a program that I was running, like a broken record. So let's wake up together as a community. Let's come together as a community and go, do you know what? We're going to build ourselves up. We're going to build our esteem. Know your outcome of being totally confident and self-certain. See it in your mind of how you'd like to be, no matter how you see yourself or disagree with it. Make that your benchmark. Make yourself go on the inside. How are you speaking to yourself these days? How can you ever expect to be confident if we are unconsciously or consciously speaking down toward ourselves? Now, in the previous episode, I was talking about the best way of being mentally tough was by being gentle on yourself. That is strength to me. So let's make that decision. Let's decide that I'm going to nurture myself. I'm going to put myself in positions of nurture and growth. I'm going to surround myself who believe me, because trust me, there's going to be so many people who won't believe in you, and they will try to take away your dreams, but they cannot be taken away if you refuse to give them up. And it is hard. But you know what? Hard's not the issue. Hard is living the same for the rest of your life in pain. That to me is a hard experience. When you feel fear and you feel pain and you feel like you can't change, that in itself is a prison that we build within our mind. We got to really go into it and go, look, I am ready to change. I'm ready to do whatever it takes. I'm going to conquer my anxiety. That anxiety, that worry, that doubt, that fear, that depression, I'm going to own that. It's not going to own me. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to learn, I'm going to read, I'm going to double down on myself, because when no one else will, we have to. So see it as an opportunity to change. When you get that bit of anxiety, you get that doubt, and you get that negative self-talk, go, this is my thoughts. You're being evicted today. You have no business being here. Command your unconsciousness with love and go, I am ready to change. Because your unconscious mind does not know the difference. It is running anxiety, fears, and doubts because it's trying to protect you. It doesn't know better because probably that anxiety, fear, worry, and doubts was created long time ago when you didn't have the necessary resources to change the situation. You're in a significant emotional event and it caused you to have an association, a decision that was tried to protect you for so long. But let's not let our unconscious mind protect us in this situation anymore, in that overwhelming way. Let's decide that we are going to be the owners of our life, that we are going to make the difference that makes a difference. Confidence is a state of mind, and you are the controller of your state. It might be hard because we've handed over that processing mechanism to our unconscious mind. But we must assume responsibility. When that kind of creeping doubt comes in, when an anxiety starts to kick in, that is your signal to focus on what you want. Don't see anxiety, fear, or a lack of confidence as a signal to stop. That's not what it is. It's a signal to do something else. It's a signal to focus on what you want out of life. Your unconscious mind is saying that something is wrong. And we've just allowed the unconscious mind to assume that responsibility and keep running it. We've given it the power away. But anxiety is simply a signal. A lack of confidence is telling you that your unconscious mind doesn't feel safe. And you, the conscious mind, me and you right here together, we are the decider of that. I love the metaphor and the analogy. When that little internal voice is kicking in and it says, look, you're not going to cope. That anxiety on the inside said, you're going to fail. You're not going to be able to weather the storm. You're not going to be able to cope within this storm. It's going to beat you up. It's going to break you down. You see, when that lack of confidence, that anxiety says you cannot weather the storm, in that moment you go, I am the storm. I am the creator of my experience. I am the creator of my confidence. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So when that doubt comes in, you assume responsibility. You go, it's coming in, and you know what? Not today. And at first you might not win. The second time you might not win, but maybe the third, the fourth, the fifth, you might start to get some traction. You might get a little bit of momentum. You might actually make it a bit of an easier experience. You see, you are pre-teaching your unconscious mind. You are educating your unconscious mind, and you know what it's like to be a child. It took a while to grasp concepts. It took a while to understand certain things. Maybe it was 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times. Or if you were like me, many months to grasp simple concepts when it comes to education. But eventually, you got it, to a degree. So realize that life-transforming experiences can take time. It's the little percentage points that we've got to build upon. If we just grow 1% per day, you might think 100 days we got there, but no, that interest builds up. That momentum builds up. So do the work. Cultivate your mind. When that signal goes in, say, I am the storm. I am the person who's going to make the difference. You see, what that does, it changes your state. Now, if you prolong that state, if you prolong that state of certainty, you reflect upon what is good, you reflect on the things that you are good at. You see, you're confident getting dressed in the morning, you're confident at eating, you're confident at walking. Like, there are many things you are confident at, but we've been putting the lens, the frame of reference, into all the things we don't want because that doubt and that fear has been in our experience. However, we've got to change the focus and focus on what you do, which is good. Focus on the foundation. This right here, you and I, we are creating foundations. You might feel like it can't get worse. Can't get any lower. Well, guess what? The lowest point is the foundation. That's where we build, that's where we grow, and that's where we decide to be different. So know your outcome and make the steps. Do whatever it takes. Listen to a hypnosis track. Listen to a podcast. Listen to your heart. Listen to your desires. You see, we got to shut out the outside noise. All that noise is not serving us, and also we got to shut down that internal dialogue. And the way you do it is by speaking more love into your life, being more gentle. You can still be commanding in your experience. You can still say, I am the storm, but you come from a place of love at the same time because you want to nurture your unconscious mind. You don't want to belittle it. You don't want to shout at it, but you want to be able to retrain it. Put in the time, put in the effort. Do something that will make you grow each and every day. It doesn't matter what it is. If you want to get more confidence, do simple things. I had a program. It was really a successful program. Like, it got 90% all the time. And I don't sell it anymore. It was a complete confidence mastery. I redid it, rechanged everything, and updated it with my main system now. But one of the simple tasks was simply asking some random stranger for the time. Something which may not be something big for the receiver of that, but something big for you, but it's also subtle. You see, you got to do those small percentage points. Don't focus on being unstoppably self-certain and self-confident. I know we said this episode is about unleashing your confidence. Well, the unleashing is not just step 1 and step 2. We got to do the smaller steps which build up to the big leaps. Use this as your platform to grow, to take each step along the way and go, do you know what? I am worthy of this. It's got to come from you. And remember, if you want untapped confidence and your environment says no, you have people in your life who don't want you to be the truth. You got people in your life who are saying that you're not enough and you're not capable. It happens to the most of us. When that happens, because it will, be at peace. Realize they're projecting their own illusionary fears upon you. And if you don't buy into it, because if you buy into the illusion, it will become your perception of reality. But if you don't buy into that, and you begin to go on the inside and go, that's their stuff. What yours is yours and mine is mine. When you go to that level and go, do you know what? I'm ready. Even though they may say that thing, I'm going to protect my dream. I'm going to protect my esteem. You see, when you are getting to that place of esteem and you're getting that place of confidence, guess what else is happening? You are building your neurology up. You're bringing your vitality up. You're bringing your whole beingness to take on that challenge. That's confidence. That is a state of mind. And we said right at the beginning that confidence is a state of mind which is run by our beliefs, which is collected by our experiences, which is ongoing cementing of our present experience off into the future. Well, if you start here today making those steps, that state of mind will start to grow. That state of mind will start to associate in different areas of your life. And guess what? That's going to create more belief within you. That little bit of traction, that one little bit of belief can grow into other areas of your life. That one little seed beneath the surface, it might seem pretty dark right now, but the more you just keep on growing up to break through that surface, that's where you grow, that's where you change. This all comes from it within us. We've got to build this. Now, the good thing is, even if you're listening to this on a future episode, we have a community. We're here to help and support one another on these live streams. And if you can't attend them, look for that community and that connection with those who will support you. But remember, you've got to be the supporter for them. And remember as well, be the person you needed to be. What do I mean by that? Well, you see, that young you way back then didn't have what you needed. You weren't even taught the lessons. Maybe you went through some horrible experiences. We've got to be the person that we needed to be back then. And that's why I say, look, we got to be the storm. We got to be the controller. We got to build this. We got to nurture our younger self. Like, even in your mind, one of the processes I do, and although it's very deep and very powerful and very detailed, part of the process that I do with my one-to-one clients or my main program is nurturing that part of the unconscious mind, giving it what it needed, give it the upgraded level of safety while simultaneously knowing that you're enough. Now, although you might not be able to work with me, you might not be able to get into my program, but what you can do is you can work within yourself to nurture that relationship with that younger you. Give that you, be the example of what you needed to be, because that is a person that is needed right here. So although we're doing it to our younger self, that is the person that you needed, but that's the person you need to be. So decide, commit to your future. On the one hand, let's break this down. This just came to my mind. We got to be the person that we needed back then, but also we got to be the protector of our future self. What do I mean by that? Well, the decisions that you make today are going to be affecting that future you, whether it's tomorrow, next week, next month, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You got to protect that future self. Because if we keep on remaining the same, doing the same old thing, we are just becoming an older version of who we are right now. But even worse, it could get worse, be worse, because we know that things grow and things expand or get more cemented through the habits that are created. You see, time and emotion will create that identity. But if we start to look after ourselves in this moment, be the person we needed to be back then, we are now starting to look out for our future self. So how can you be gentle today, which will allow you to be more gentle tomorrow? What can you learn from yesterday that once you learn from will allow you to be safer today, but not also on top of that tomorrow? You see, if we wrap this up, confidence is a state of mind which was created over that time, impacted by our self-identity. The way you get confidence is assuming responsibility when those signals of worries, anxieties, those panic attacks, when they kick in, that is your time to lead. It is your time to make a change, because they're just signals to focus on what you want. And what do you want? You want to unleash confidence. And it might take time for that traction, that experience to happen, to have a fruition of a transformation within you, like where you want to be. But ultimately, you will get there. You will get there. You will be the person, the example. You see, when I reflect back to my younger self, Let's go like this way. I have dreams sometimes. Now these dreams, and you may have had them too, I go back to secondary school, which would be like high school in America or something, like 14, 15, 16 type of thing. And I go back to school, to the places where I did feel so scared and fearful and doubtful, when I had that gut feeling of dread every single day. And for a moment I'm living there. For a moment I am remembering what it felt like to be that shy kid who felt so uncertain. But as I go back in this dream when I'm asleep, I have this awakening. And the awakening is that don't worry, what I'm experiencing now is going to lead to something greater in the future. That is the awakening I have in the sleep state. That is my experience. I go, it's okay. It's going to get better. Because of course I know that it did get better. But what can we learn from that because it's an unconscious process, I'm asleep. Well, what can we learn from it? Well, maybe this fear and this anxiety, this panic, this lack of confidence that you're experiencing is actually your instigator. It's the thing that's going to move you forward. It's going to propel you. It's going to get you that momentum. Remember when I said it's a signal for you to focus on what you want? Well, let's see this as your platform of change. Let's see this as do you know what? I'm experiencing anxiety and lack of confidence. It's okay. I'm going to get better. I'm going to do whatever it takes. When that signal comes in, that internal dialogue comes in, I'm going to go, I am going to make the change today. And I might not win today. I might not win tomorrow. It might be a few weeks from now. It could even be a year from now. But you will get that traction, that drive, those wins along the way. After a while, you will start to experience a slight difference. Will it be a little bit less dread, a little bit less worry, a lack of confidence? When you start to do that, you will start to progress. You'll start to evolve. You'll start to grow. You'll start to learn. So realize this is not a race. This is your life. This is your evolution. This is your resistance building experience, which is going to grow you for tomorrow, for next year. So don't give in, don't give up, and realize we're going to get there. It may take time, but we will get there. I believe in you, and I would probably say everyone in this live experience wants the very best for one another, and that's why we build a community, to be able to bring us together, support one another. But there's going to be someone in your life who does believe in you. And even if you say no, you might not believe it, I honestly do believe in you. I do. I believe in anyone's potentiality. I believe we all have an opportunity to change. Because I've been there. Took time, but you know it was worth it? It was so worth it. It caused me to do what I'm doing in this moment, right here, right now. So if you want to get unleashed confidence, you've got to decide that you're ready. You've got to go, that little niggling doubt, I am going to take ownership of that today. If it starts saying that you can't weather the storm, you say, I am the storm today. You project it out. You do what has to be done. You build yourself up every single day. You put in the work, you put in the time, because it's less painful ultimately than staying the same and remaining the same. You have it all within you. Let this be your turning point. Let this be your foundation. Let this be your opportunity. Now, of course, if you need help with that, now right now, although there's being in the future, I'm pretty much at my maximum capacity of what I can do. But if you need one-to-one experiences, if you need that kind of group intensity, if you need customized experiences of your solution within 8 weeks, and just let it all go within 8 weeks, whatever you're experiencing, if you're a good fit, you got to apply, you got to fill out your application, you got to invest as part of the business. It's what we do day in, day out as my team together with you. You can go to josephclough.info/power. Now there you'll be able to watch a little masterclass. If that resonates, you'll be able to book a call with a team. Then fill out an application. We'll look over that application to see if you're a good fit or not. And then get together, figure out if we can solve the issue. If we can, we can. If we can't, we can't. We'll lead you somewhere else if we can't. But if we can, we'll say 100% certainty we'll let go of all of this within 8 weeks. And then we get to the good work and get it done. You've got to be dedicated. You've got to be willing to go all in on your transformation. But that is what we do. But on top of that, you also have our free hypnosis app. What you got to do is go to freehypnosis.app. And then you can actually create custom hypnosis sessions. There's over 100 free hypnosis sessions in the free section. You can transform in the day. You can transform in the night. You can create your own custom track. So if you've enjoyed this, if you've enjoyed this experience, go ahead, pay it forward. Write a review. See if you can help someone else today. Buy an in-app purchase, unlock the whole thing. Whatever serves you the best is the best. So I look forward to speaking to you on a future episode. Just so you know, the next episode is all going to be the hypnosis session of unleashing your confidence. So with that, I will speak to you all very, very soon. Many thanks and goodbye.